Welcome to 5 Minute Mediumship. This is another video about platform etiquette, and we're going to look at placing the contact. So in this series, particularly looking at platform etiquette, we're going to look at placing the contact. Now, lots of people get very nervous about this part of the contact when you're on platform. I suppose it's the part where you're most nervous. There's a sense of expectation both from yourself but also from the audience. And if you remember in the previous video, I talked about the structure of the message, and I talked about the fact that if you're taking a really long time to place a contact, then we should be looking at having the actual communication from that contact taking a shorter period of time, so we're able to retain that aspect of messages being between 7 and 10 minutes long to support that whole aspect of platform demonstrating. So it can be difficult to place a contact really quickly. The contacts always give us the information that is needed to place, but we don't, depending on how we're working, we don't always recognise or fully understand the information that they're giving to us. Realistically, we should only be throwing out the contact if we have really specific evidence that we're giving, because if we're giving information that's too generic, what's going to happen is if you've got an audience of 50 people, you're going to have about 30 hands going up, or you're going to have no hands going up because people are sitting there thinking, oh, I need a bit more before I actually acknowledge that contact might be mine. So if you're thinking about throwing out the information, you're really looking for concise, specific information that's going to get one hand up. You might get two and then you're able to work with it, but realistically you're looking at specific information. That can sometimes be difficult when you start working on platforms. Sometimes you do have that, but sometimes you don't. And that's about your energy. Sometimes as you start to work on platform, your energy, your sense of nerves, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get fully into the feeling, the energy, the vibration of the contact that's working with you. So one of the ways that you can actually support doing that is by actually going direct. Now, some people find this quite difficult. Some people do it automatically. One of the challenges that we have when we start to work with placing direct is that generally we're waiting for spirit to guide us. Now, spirit do guide us, but it's really subtle, and it can just be as subtle as a knowing. It can be the fact that as you're starting to give the information, your eyes, you're constantly being drawn to a person, and you might not recognize that initially. So if you are giving information and you're constantly moving to the same part of the audience or to a specific member of the audience as you're talking, be aware that that is spirit trying to place you in that area. But one of the other ways that you can work to support enabling yourself to actually start to go direct is to actually work psychically to begin with. Now, I mean this in a very specific way, so I don't mean working psychically with a contact at all, but as you're sitting there on platform, before you have a contact, have a look at the audience. Who do you feel drawn to? Who is jumping out at you? Go to that person and say, I'm really drawn to you. May I work with you, please? As soon as they say yes, I guarantee that you will have a contact there. So what you're doing is you're allowing your energy to open, and you're allowing spirit to work with your vibration to guide you to the person that you need to work with, but you won't have a contact at that particular time. It's just that general energy of your spirit team or spirit that are with you, guiding you to the contact. And lots of people don't like to do that because they think that, oh, it's working psychically, and it's not. It is in the sense of that you're enabling your own energy to recognize that like-minded aspect of another energy, and you're asking for their permission to work with them. But as soon as you do go to them, a contact for that person will step in. So what I suggest that you do if you have difficulty placing a contact and going direct is to try that. Next time you're working, say for the first three contacts that you have, you're going to go direct to the person. Just scan the audience, see who you're drawn to, who you keep going back to, and just say, may I work with you? And As you do, you will find a spirit contact steps in for that person. What that will do is that will support your confidence in recognizing how you are identifying the individual that spirit want you to work with. So try it as an exercise, see how you get on. You do not and absolutely shouldn't link psychically with the person in terms of starting to bring through information before you have a contact. So it's purely an identification exercise. Look at who you're drawn to, say to them, may I work with you please? As soon as they say yes, you should be aware of spirit building up the energy of a contact with you.